that a lot of people who are on benefits have babies and they don't work and they don't get maternity pay, but they don't ever really contribute to the system, And one from somebody who doesn't give a name says at that last interview, I think she's at the wrong conference. You may well be right. One piece of information for this was discovered at The Weekend by Harry Cole from The Sun. The 395 tons of gold flogged off by Gordon Brown at the bottom of the market would be worth today, guess what, 22 billion. Quid. So much for the black co. Let's talk to Dear Dre Kelly White D. Very good morning to you, D. Good morning, Mick. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. People are very excited about having you on the show. I didn't actually watch Benefit Street, I'm afraid to say, but I did see in Big Brother, but you're not happy, are you, about once again? I mean, you're yet another person not happy with Keir Starmer. Tell us why. Do you know what it is? It's kind of like things are just getting worse. We actually run a community hub now in one of the, but you could say he probably a very highly poverty-stricken area of Birmingham, right? And we're just seeing increased numbers on we're open 3 days a week, and it's just getting so sad to actually see the amount of vulnerable people that are coming in that actually need help with food, with advice, with company, and sadly, you know what, it just looks like it's going to be getting worse for them, right? Well, the thing is, every politician that ever comes into power threatens a crackdown on benefits and usually ends up with more people being on benefits. They don't normally actually crack down on anything, do they? Well, they sort of, they try. But again, it's like you said, no matter what happens, it seems to just get worse. And I do think, a lot of people, they kind of went with Keir Starmer because they thought Keir Starmer was saying what they wanted to hear, protecting the elderly, cracking down on knife crime and youth violence and in low. And behold, again, it's like they've been elected, and it just seems like it was all a mass lie. Funny that isn't it? Extraordinary. Who would have thought it? Politicians not telling the truth. But tell me, what is it about where you are now, that the pro? There's a problem. What is it that people don't have? Because I'm looking at a piece that was running in the mail a little while ago, 10 years on Benefit Street, and one of the things I noticed is an awful lot of cars on the street where they've taken pictures. There's also a lot of rubbish as well, but there's people that presumably, how poor are people, I suppose, is my question. I think people are kind of like very poor, but again, I think what I've sort of always argued is the fact that people who actually work do seem to be worse off. There's no dispute in that in any way, shape, or form. But again, it's kind of like, and they're the ones that are sort of being hit, even though there are people, there's so many different types of benefits. Isn't there this universal credit, the majority of people that it helps is people on low income wages. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it. And they are hit the worst, and they are struggling the worst. We have people come to our food bank, and a majority of them are actually working families. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like so. What can you kind of do with a system where people are working and they're the ones that are struggling the most, right? That's the problem, isn't it? And that's what's wrong with the system, because his idea is to get more people who are in on benefits into work, but where are there jobs for them? What jobs can they do? I do think there are jobs for them, but the problem is there a salary out there that they could actually realistically live on? You know the amount of unskilled people out there as well, which is sad. You got these young kids now that are leaving college, leaving universities. They're getting all these degrees. There's no jobs out there for them with their degrees. And then you've got, the people that the government is trying to get back into work. They sort of, had no training or probably never ever had a job. But again, it's about you realistically have to find a job with, where you can earn enough money to live on. Yeah. And it's kind of like, in this day and age, it just seems so there isn't a drop out there where people can live comfortably with the cost of living crisis, the energy crisis, with everything that's constantly been thrown at them. and it's just kind of like you're fighting a losing battle. Do you reckon a lot of people stay on benefits just because they're better off? Then, I wouldn't kind of say they stay on benefits because they're better off. Because again, with everything going up, this is what I'm saying, it's sort of like it's a no-win situation for everyone might, because the people that everyone just looked at and were living cushy on benefits, they're kind of like not living cushy now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind they can't afford to shop. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like they can't afford to live as. Probably as we reflect on D. Kelly's insights and experiences, it's clear that the discussion surrounding benefits in the UK is more nuanced than it often appears. The interview highlights a growing concern the individuals who rely on the welfare system are not merely statistics or stereotypes, they are real people facing real challenges. One of the most striking points made by D. Kelly is the observation that many working families find themselves in a precarious position struggling to make ends meet. Despite being employed, this situation raises critical questions about the current economic landscape. If those who work hard find themselves worse off, what does that say about the stability and fairness of our labor market? The harsh reality is that many jobs simply do not pay enough to provide a decent standard of living. The narrative surrounding benefits often simplifies a complex issue into a tale of the deserving and the undeserving. However, as D. Kelly pointed out, the majority of those accessing food banks are working families. This revelation challenges the stigma attached to benefits, urging us to reconsider how we view and treat those in need. The truth is that the welfare system was designed to be a safety net, not a trap, yet the experiences shared by D. Kelly suggest that it can sometimes feel like a losing battle for those trying to navigate at it. Moreover, the challenges are exacerbated by external factors such as the rising cost of living and economic uncertainty. D. Kelly's mention of the energy crisis illustrates a crucial point. Even with a job, unexpected expenses can quickly derail a family's financial stability. In this climate, it's essential to ask ourselves, how can we support those who are striving to improve their situations? Politicians often promise change, yet as D. Kelly pointed out, the actions taken often fall short of expectations. Many individuals voted for leaders who promised to protect the vulnerable and crack down on crime, yet the outcomes have been disappointing. This disillusionment raises a broader issue about accountability in politics. How do we hold our leaders responsible for the promises they make? The answer lies in fostering an engaged and informed citizenry that demands transparency and genuine solutions to systemic issues. As we move forward, we must also recognize the importance of community support. D. Kelly's experience running a community hub reveals the vital role that local organizations play in addressing immediate needs. These hubs provide not just food and advice, but also a sense of belonging and solidarity for individuals who may feel isolated by their circumstances. They remind us that community can be a powerful antidote to the loneliness and despair that often accompany financial hardship. In conclusion, the insights shared by D. Kelly serve as a crucial reminder that the issues surrounding benefits and poverty are deeply intertwined with broader societal structures. As a community, we must strive for a system that uplifts rather than traps individuals in cycles of poverty. This involves always advocating for fair wages, better job opportunities, and a more robust safety net that truly supports those in need. The story of benefits in the UK is not just about economics, it's about humanity, compassion, and the collective responsibility we share in ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Thank you for joining us in this important conversation as we continue to navigate these complex issues. Let's keep the dialogue open and seek solutions that benefit us all.